In the year 196 AC, after years of pressure from the likes of Aegor Rivers and disgruntled lords up and down Westeros, unhappy with the rule of King Daeron II, in particular those who felt the Dornish had been given too much power in the wake of them joining the Seven Kingdoms, Daemon Blackfyre had made his decision. He would challenge his half-brother, the king, for the Iron Throne, but Daemon, or some who supported him, must have acted too rashly, for word soon reached King Daeron that Daemon Blackfyre meant to declare himself king within the turn of the moon. Ultimately, we do not know how word came to Daeron, though the unfinished tome, The Red Dragon and the Black, suggests that another of the great bastards, Aegor Rivers, was involved in some way. If he was in fact the source of the information, or simply told of it via a third party, we cannot say. King Daeron sent the Kingsguard to arrest Daemon before he could take his plans for treason any further than that plans. We do not know how, but Daemon was forewarned of his coming arrest and made plans to make his escape. However, given the now perilous position he found himself in, with his plans now known, he could not do it alone. But those loyal to Daemon were more than ready to assist their chosen king, with the help of the famously hot-tempered knight and his former master-at-arms, Sir Quentin Ball. Known to the pages of history as Fireball, Daemon was able to escape the Red Keep safely via secret means that remain unknown to us even to this day. As knowledge of Daemon's plan to overthrow the king was not yet known widely among the lords and smallfolk alike, gave the rebels a chance to dictate the narrative of events somewhat in their favour, or so that was the intent. Thus, Daemon Blackfyre's allies used this attempted arrest as a cause for war, claiming that King Daeron had acted against Daemon out of no more than baseless fear and unverified rumours from untrustworthy sources. And thus, like with many conflicts before and after, the war of words and politics had begun, with supporters on both sides trying to justify their positions to make themselves seem the wrong and attacked party, whilst trying to rally undecided allies to their cause. When you take a look back through history, wars will follow the same pattern. From Aegon's conquest to the Dance of the Dragons, and now the Blackfyre Rebellion, they all followed the same pattern before the conflict inevitably turned bloody. It was now the long-standing rumours surrounding the parentage of King Daeron began to resurface in earnest. The supporters of Daemon Blackfyre gave the king the mocking title of Daeron Falseborn, thus repeating the claims that Aegon the Unworthy himself was said to have circulated in the later years of his reign, that he had been sired not by the king, but by his brother, Aemon the Dragon Knight. Was there truth to these rumours? We can never know. There is no real proof that favours them, nor proof that disproves them. But even so, those on both sides of the argument firmly became entrenched in their position. And in this manner did the First Blackfyre Rebellion begin. In the year 196 AC, Daemon reversed the colours of the traditional Targaryen arms to show a black dragon on a red field. The rebels declared for Princess Daena's bastard son, Daemon Blackfyre, first of his name, proclaiming him the eldest true son of King Aegon IV, and that his half-brother, Daeron, the bastard. Subsequently, many battles were fought between the Black and the Red Dragons in the Vale, the Westerlands, the Riverlands, and further afield. Before fighting began, however, clear sides in this conflict formed and grew larger by the day. It has later been said that half the realm declared for Daemon Blackfyre, the other half for King Daeron, though the truth is this may be an exaggeration on both parts, as none of the great houses did pledge their support to House Blackfyre, and even among the houses who did pledge their support, not necessarily the full houses did, and even when they did, they passively backed aside. Conversely, King Daeron did also have the backing of many minor houses, but also several of the great houses, such as House Arryn, Tyrell, Tully and Martell. Most notably of the other houses, records show that House Hightower, Butterwell, Oakhart and Tarback gave support to both Daemon and Daeron, while others, such as House Boston, were willing to betray Daemon for Daeron. For Daemon and House Blackfyre, most of their core supporters were concentrated in the Reach and in the Stormlands, with some further afield. But those two kingdoms made up most of Daemon's strength. They were primarily made up of houses among the border lords, with strong anti-Martell sentiment, who resented the new peace deal with Dorne. Thus their support was going to be strongly in favour of Daemon. At some point during the conflict, Daemon did manage to openly control enough territory that at some point he began minting his own coinage. However, many scholars have noted such coinage in truth held little value, and at this point it was more of an act of propaganda, as for many lords and smallfolk, seeing the likeness of Daemon Blackfyre on coinage gave him more of a sense of legitimacy. We also know that at some point a thief attempted to steal dragon eggs for Daemon, another symbol of Targaryen legitimacy. No matter if Daemon could go on to hatch the egg or not, the possession of them added to Daemon's cause, but ultimately the thief was caught and the plan fell apart. The war, much like the countless before it, would be a bloody one for both sides. Over its course, battles were fought between the rebels and loyalists, amongst other places. The Vale, the Westerlands, the Riverlands, the Reach. Sir Quentyn Ball attacked the Westerlands, killing Lord Lefford at the gates of Lannisport, and then defeating Daemon Lannister in turn. At the crossing of the Mander, Sir Quentyn slew all of Lady Penrose's sons, except for the youngest, who he spared as a favour to the lady. Lord Leo Tyrell participated in the First Blackfyre Rebellion as well, fighting on behalf of House Targaryen and Daeron. He won notable victories in the Reach against Daemon's supporters. During a period where it seemed as if Daemon Blackfyre was prevailing, King Daeron II came to consider his hand of the king, Lord Ambrose Butterwell, to be ineffectual, and in the end, Butterwell's loyalty was questioned, with him being suspected of being a secret supporter of Daemon. Shortly after, Butterwell was replaced by Lord Hayford, a noted loyalist. On the eve of the Battle of the Redgrass Field, the key and final battle in the rebellion, the key Blackfyre general Quentyn Ball was slain in a chance encounter, picked off by a random archer when he stopped for a drink of water. Meanwhile, Lord Bracken had gone across the narrow sea to hire sellswords to reinforce the Blackfyres, but storms delayed his return and the merest crossbowmen he had hired. Going into the final battle of the war, there was much at stake for both sides. Either could walk away with victory. The Battle of the Redgrass Field would change the fate of Westeros, House Blackfyre, and Targaryen forever.